The front door closes behind you with a satisfying click. As the day-night cycle shifts and the game music softens, there's that unmistakable feeling. You're home. Whether it's a rundown cabin in Stardew Valley, a Viking lawn house in Valheim, or a sprawling mansion in The Sims, virtual homes tap into something deeply human. In a world where real home ownership feels increasingly out of reach for many, these digital sanctuaries offer us something valuable, a place that's truly ours. Today we're exploring what makes a great player home in games and why developers put so much effort into these spaces, and how these virtual havens somehow manage to feel like real homes. From mechanical functions like storage and crafting to the emotional comfort that they provide us, let's break down why these digital dwellings matter so much to us. Buying a home seems increasingly out of reach for me and millions of others. So, over the years, I've grown to appreciate just what makes a home a cozy home. And I've been thinking a lot lately about what that means and how this connects to the countless games that give us a home. But what makes for a good home in a game, and why does it fill the same space in our hearts? When looking into the vast worlds of games, the home forms a fundamental lens through which we are introduced to the world. It can be a base of operations, a thing we build and defend and invite others into, or it can be a way to ground the experience of the game and add familiarity throughout our time within it. The purpose of a home in a game is as complex as it can be in real life, and it's often an essential piece of what makes a game compelling for us to play. Let's examine some homes and games, appreciate them, and explore what makes them work in the context of the game they are in. In Stardew Valley, your home drives the narrative from the very beginning. Your journey starts with a touching inheritance. Your deceased grandfather has left you his farm, and with it comes the responsibility to restore it from neglect to prosperity. Like many cozy farming games, such as Traveler's Rest, Coral Island, even to Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley places you in possession of a home within an established community. It's not just about the house itself, but it's about finding your place in this new world and embracing a slower, more mindful pace of life. Receiving this home satisfies something deeply human. Who doesn't want a mortgage-free property? But even more importantly, it connects you to a community. While the house customization might be a little bit more limited than in other games, that's because your entire farm becomes an extension of your home and identity. When you begin, the house and farm are in complete disarray. The central gameplay loop involves restoring this neglected property while building relationships with the townsfolk. Your home becomes the anchor of your daily routine. It's where each day begins and ends, and where you save your progress at night. Both farm and home evolve as you do, reflecting your priorities and your growth as a player. The atmospheres you develop your property is simply perfect. Just listen to this music for a moment. Your home isn't just emotionally satisfying, it's functional too. It's a production hub. It helps you accumulate resources, it helps you grow crops, and you create products to sell for more and more money. As the days and seasons pass, you transform what was once an overgrown field into something uniquely yours, all while deepening your connection to the community around you. Stardew Valley uses the home to fulfill our deepest desires: community, tranquility, and the profound satisfaction of building something with our own hands. And while Stardew Valley's home exists within a predetermined narrative, some games place the home itself at the center of the experience, giving players near total control over its creation and evolution. Perhaps no game embodies this philosophy better than The Sims. Like Stardew, The Sims is also an example of a centric home located within a community. However, the way in which The Sims uses the home and the true focus of the game really lies in the aspect of living out a life and creating a family. Here, the home can range in its use. We can use it narratively as a place where the stories we make happen as the home grows, Or it can be used in a more functional way, as just a place for our sim to return to and live as they fulfill their other dreams, with the range to give as much or as little as we want in either direction. Most of our time in The Sims revolves around the house, where we have complete and creative control from the start. Unlike Stardew's gradual improvements, The Sims offers immediate customization options, and instead of steady progression and community-focused gameplay, The Sims lets us pursue countless different approaches to home creation or even fulfilling different goals. The role of the home in The Sims is as much as we want or as little as we want it to be. Yet it is still always a vital piece to the game. We make money in The Sims to improve the house. The build menu is filled with different options to truly make the place ours and to differentiate it from many other Sims houses. All of the stories we make up in the game center around it: families, relationships, tragedies. It's something akin to a setting of a scene that we can make and decorate to our specification. We can ask ourselves, who is this sim? And what kind of place would they live? And then design a home around that. Here too is a peaceful aspect of the home, particularly when we use the build menu and work on the house. The music changes, the atmosphere slows. We feel a sense of power and control as we alter the very landscape our character lives as the world goes into pause for a moment. The functional piece of a house here takes many forms. Your sim doesn't necessarily have to sleep in a house, but it serves as a familiar place, a central aspect around which our sims' lives and families revolve. If Stardew Valley's home is about community integration and The Sims' home is about self-expression, our next example takes us to a world where the home serves an even more primal purpose: survival. Valheim explores the same concept of home ownership as the other two games, but it presents it with a level of freedom and safety that the other games we've covered don't really present. The world is a mythical place in Valheim. It's a purgatory for Vikings where we must prove ourselves fit for the halls of Valhalla. We begin with nothing. We come into this fantastical world with nothing, and we must take what we can and make from the nothing something. There is no community here, but the idea of a home, even multiple homes, is one of the first things we begin to grapple with in this harsh world. Things can and things will kill you. There are bosses you have to hunt down and slay. Yet, one of the first things you'll find yourself doing is gathering materials, chopping down trees, and making a base of operations to call our home. And here in this game, our home serves two great purposes. Mechanically, it allows us to upgrade ourselves and tackle bigger challenges. But what I think it truly excels at is its role emotionally. The home we create in Valheim is a place of safety. It's where we feel contentment and attachment as we are forced to make it completely from scratch. After we build it, our home is a central place to return to. We rest, we store our gathered resources, and we prepare ourselves for even larger battles, defending it on occasion when enemies attack. It's a representation of our journey in the game, and as we grow and progress, our home will grow and progress with us. Everything we make here is by hand, and it can end up being as simple or as elaborate as we want. How we design it is entirely down to pride of ownership. But no matter what, you'll need a base in order to build new tools, cook food, and prepare yourself to face larger and greater challenges as the game goes on. This gives the game a cyclic nature. Go and explore, gather resources, and then, at the end of the day, return to our base. Some of my most peaceful moments can be found in games like these, survival games. It's these moments when we've returned from a long adventure, when we're sorting through our inventory, we're building that next room. The peaceful atmosphere here is truly a special thing, especially because it's contrasted by the fact that the game around us is harsher. The feel of these two different sensations, the safety of the home and the danger of the outside, really draws out the home's appeal and really makes it feel like it's a place where we can relax. Combined with the fact that it's a place we design and we create, the home in these sorts of games are some of the most relaxing places you can find. As we've explored these different virtual homes, from Stardew Valley's inherited farmhouse that centers us in a community to The Sims' ultimate customization playground, to even Valheim's hard-earned sanctuary in a hostile world, we see a pattern emerge about why these digital spaces resonate so deeply within us. Player homes serve three essential functions that mirror what we seek in our real homes. First, they're mechanical hubs, places where we store our belongings, craft new items, and prepare for adventures. Second, they're narrative anchors, giving context to our character's journey, whether it's inheriting grandfather's farm or proving ourselves worthy of Valhalla. Most importantly, these places are emotional havens, spaces we feel safe, where we can express our creativity and mark our progress in the game world. In an age where real housing feels increasingly precarious for many, these homes offer something valuable. A sense of permanence, ownership, and self-expression without the crushing weight of mortgage and debt. Except for Animal Crossing, that one, yeah. They remind us that home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about creating a space that reflects who we are and what we value. While we focused on 3 games today, this pattern extends across all gaming genres. So next time you find yourself spending an hour arranging furniture in your Minecraft house, or carefully planning out the layout of your Skyrim manor, remember you're participating in something fundamentally human. What's your favorite player home in a game? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button to see more explorations of gaming elements we sometimes take for granted. Thanks for watching.